from looking at many of the standards not at all true. The reason they may appear to be fewer in number is because what both happens in math and in English, a number of different processes or activities have been bundled together in one statement. I'm going to give you an example of one, because it's an old trick, and I remember it when I was doing work in the master's department of ed. You got a lot of things, and you don't want to have a lot of separate objectives, so you just put them all together, separate them by semicolons and colons. Here's one. Determine a theme or central idea. This is for grades 9 and 10. Determine a theme or central idea of a text and analyze in detail its development over the course of the text, including how it emerges and is shaped and refined by specific details, and provide an objective summary of the text.
Can you read that again?
That's one standard. It's a wretched sentence. No good English teacher would have ever let it go through. I had high school English teachers that would never let that sentence go through. Anyway, this is part of the problem. Teachers are asked to unpack the statements that are called standards. But the reason they have to unpack them is that there's so much in them. I mean, you can't understand what's there until you try to separate some of these activities. And finally, there's been that one issue that has been talked about by Jamie and others, been in the newspapers, because a lot of people became concerned about David Coleman's effort to raise the amount of informational text, lower the amount of literary text. As a poet and a professor at Providence College that I am working with on a paper right now, he says very clearly this is a proletarian curriculum. There's no room for poetry in it. Because if you look at it, the amount of informational text that you're supposed to teach means that you've got to take away something from the literary portion. And many superintendents, departments of ed around the country are telling English teachers it's okay to teach excerpts from Romeo and Juliet or Hamlet. You won't have time to teach the whole play. Or the Iliad or the Odyssey, whatever it is. And the things that are flooding in the name of informational text are bizarre. This is where parents are getting very upset. Some of it is simply unbelievable, a history of the Russian Revolution, for studying some Chekhov short story or something. That might have been the literary piece, and then you're going to read the history of the Russian Revolution. Grade 8.